doing your own, of course.
At 5:30 p.m. on the 3rd of November in Cobble Hill Park, following a verbal altercation, Benjamin Raleigh, 11, armed with a stick, struck our son Henry Novak in the face. This action resulted in, apart from a swelling of the upper lip, the damage to 2 incisors, including damage to the nerve in the right incisor.
Armed?
Armed? You don't like armed? What shall we say, Michael? Furnished? Equipped? Furnished with a stick? Is that all right?
Furnished, yes. Furnished with a stick.
Furnished. The irony is we've always regarded Cobble Hill Park as a haven of security, unlike Whitman Park.
She's right. We've always said Cobble Hill Park, yes. Whitman Park, no.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. There is nothing to be gained by getting stuck down some emotional cul-de-sac.
Well, we should be thanking you, we should.
Oh, I don't see that any thanks are necessary. Fortunately, there is still such a thing as the art of coexistence, isn't there?
Which the children don't appear to have mastered. Well, at least not ours.
Yes, not ours. What's going to happen to the tooth with the affected nerve?
We don't know yet. They're being cautious about the prognosis. Apparently, the nerve hasn't been totally exposed.
Only a little bit of it's been exposed.
Yes, some of it's been exposed, and some of it's still covered, and that's why they've decided not to kill the nerve just yet.
They're trying to give the tooth a chance.
Obviously, it would be best to avoid endodontic surgery.
Well, yes.
So there will be an interim period while they give the nerve a chance to recover.
In the meantime, they'll be giving him ceramic crowns.
Whatever happens, you can't have an implant before you're 18.
No.
Permanent implants can't be fitted until you've finished growing.
Of course, of course. I hope it all works out.
Yes, I hope so.
But the roses are gorgeous.
Oh, they're from that little Korean deli up on Smith Street. You know, the one at the end?
Yeah.
They come direct every morning from England, I think, so $40 for a bunch of 50.
Really?
You know, the one at the end?
Yes, yes.
You know, he didn't want to identify Benjamin.
No, didn't.
Impressive sight, that child. Face bashed in, teeth missing, still refusing to talk.
Oh, I can imagine.
He also didn't want to identify him for fear of looking like a tattletale in front of his friends. We have to be honest, Veronica. It was nothing more than bravado.
But bravado is a type of courage, isn't it, dear?
Well, that's right. I did wonder, though, how did you get Benjamin's name?
Oh, we explained to him that he wasn't helping this child by shielding him.
We said to him, if this child thinks he can keep on hitting people with impunity, why should he stop?
We told him if we were this kid's parents, we would definitely want to be told.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yes, Murray, thank you for calling me back. Yes, let me read it to you. According to a paper published in the journal Lancet and taken up yesterday in the Financial Times, 2 Australian researchers have uncovered the neurological side effects of Antril, the hypertensive beta blocker manufactured at Brent's Pharma Laboratories. These side effects range from hearing loss to ataxia. So who the hell is your media watchdog? Yes, it's very goddamn inconvenient. No, what's most inconvenient about it, as far as I'm concerned, the annual shareholders meetings in 2 weeks. So do you have an insurance contingency to cover litigation? Okay, all right. Oh, and Murray, have your PR gal check to see if the story shows up anyplace else and call me back. Right. I'm sorry.
So you're a lawyer.
What about you?
Me, I have a wholesale company, household goods, and Veronica here's a writer who works part-time in an art history bookshop.
A writer.
I contributed to a collection on the civilization of Sheba based on excavations that were restarted at the end of the Ethiopian Eritrean War. And I have a book coming out in January on the Darfur tragedy.
So you specialize in Africa.
I'm very interested in that part of the world.
Do you have any other children?
Henry has a 9-year-old sister, Camille, who's furious right now at her father because last night her father got rid of the hamster.
You got rid of the hamster?
Yes. This hamster makes the most god-awful racket all night and spends the whole day fast asleep. Henry was in a lot of pain last night. He was being driven crazy by the noise the hamster was making. And to tell you the truth, I've been wanting to get rid of it for a long time. So I said to myself, okay, that's it. I took it and put it in the street. I thought they loved drains and gutters and all that, but I guess not. It just sat there paralyzed on the sidewalk. Well, They're not domestic animals. They're not wild animals. I don't really know where their natural habitat is. Dump them in the woods, they're probably just as unhappy, so I don't know where you're supposed to put them.
So you just left it outside?
He left it there and tried to convince Camille that it had run away, but she wasn't having any of it.
And this morning, the hamster is gone.
Gone, yes.
And you, what do you do?
I'm in wealth management.
Would it be possible that, excuse me for putting the question so bluntly, that Benjamin might apologize to Henry?
It'd be good if they
You
talked.
know, he has to apologize now, and he has to say he's sorry.
Yes, of course.
But is he sorry?
He realizes what he's done, he just doesn't understand the implications. He is 11.
Oh, but if you're 11, you're not a baby anymore.
Well, you're not an adult either. We haven't offered you anything. Espresso tea, is it any of that coffee tea left, Ronnie? It's extraordinary coffee tea.
I wouldn't mind an espresso.
Just some water.
Espresso for me too, sweetie. And bring the coffee tea anyway. Well, what I always say is we're a lump of potter's clay, and it's up to us to fashion something out of it. Perhaps it won't take shape to the very end, who knows? You have to taste this coffee tea. Good coffee tea is an endangered species.
Oh, you're right.
So, what is it you sell?
Domestic hardware, locks, doorknobs, soldering irons, all sorts of household goods, saucepans, frying pans.
Money in that, is there?
Well, you know, it's never exactly been a bonanza. It was pretty hard when we started, but if I'm out there every day pushing my product, we survive. At least it's not seasonal, like textiles. Although I do sell a lot of fondue pots at Christmas time.
Sure.
So when you just saw the hamster sitting there paralyzed, why didn't you bring it back home?
Because I couldn't pick it up.
You put it on the sidewalk.
You know, I took it out of its cage and sort of tipped it out. I don't like to touch rodents.
I don't know who put this clawfoot tea in the fridge. Monica puts everything in the fridge. She won't be told. So what's Benjamin said to you? Sugar?
No, thank you. So, what's in the coffee tea?
Apples and pears.
Oh, apples and pears.
My own little recipe. Oh, it's going to be too cold. It's a shame.
Oh, apples and pears. This is a first.
Apples and pears. It's pretty textbook, but there is a little trick to it.
Oh, there is?
The pears must be cut thicker than apples because pears cook faster.
Oh, of course.
But wait, she's not telling you the real secret.
Let them try it.
Very good, very good.
Tasty.
Gingerbread crumbs.
Brilliant.
Well, to be quite honest, I got the recipe from his mother.
Gingerbread, delicious.
Well, if nothing else, Melissa's given us a new recipe.
I'd have preferred it if it hadn't cost my son his 2 front teeth.
Yes, that's just what I meant.
Oh, strange way of expressing it.
Not at all. Oh, excuse me, I have to take this. Yeah. Yes, Murray. No, don't ask for right of reply. It will only feed the controversy. Are you insured? Okay, well, what are these symptoms? What is ataxia? What about on a standard dose? How long have you known about this? And all that time, you never recalled it. What's the gross? Ah, got it. Right.
Alan, do you mind joining us?
Yeah, probably right there. Sergey? Yeah, they've known about the risk for 2 years. An internal report that didn't formally identify any undesirable side effects. No, they took no precautions. They didn't insure, no word about it in the annual report. Impaired motor skills, development problems. In short, you look like you're completely retarded. Yeah. No, they're grossing $150 million. Yeah. Blanket denial. Idiot wanted to demand a right of reply. We certainly don't want a right of reply. And on the other hand, if the story spreads, we could say it's disinformation spread 2 weeks before the shareholders meeting. Kathy's going to call me back. Right. I have not had lunch.
Please, help yourself, help yourself.
Thank you. I have no manners. So, what were we saying?
That it would have been nicer to have met under different circumstances.
Right. So the coffee tea, it's your mother's?
The recipe is my mother's, but Ronnie made this one.
Well, your mother doesn't mix apples and pears.
No.
Poor thing has to have an operation.
Oh, really? What for?
Her knee.
They're inserting a rotatable prosthesis made of metal and polyethylene. She's wondering what's going to be left of it when she's cremated.
Oh, don't be horrible.
She refuses to be buried next to my father. She wants to be buried placed next to her mother, who's all on her own in Florida, in 2 urns, looking out to sea, trying to get a word in edgewise.
we're really touched by your generosity. I appreciate the fact that you're trying to calm the situation down and not exacerbate it.
Well, frankly, it's the least we can do.
Yes.
Not at all. How many parents, when defending their children, become infantile themselves? You know, if Henry broke two of Benjamin's teeth, I'm sure Alan and I would have been a lot more thin-skinned about it. I'm not certain we would have been as broad-minded.
Of course you would.
No, she's right, not at all, sir.
Yes, because we all know it could easily have been the other way around.
So what Benjamin said to you, how does he view the situation?
You know, he's not saying much. I think he's still slightly in shock.
He understands that he's disfigured his playmate?
No. No, he does not understand that he's disfigured his playmate.
Benjamin understands very well why you're saying that.
No, he understands that he's behaved like a thug. He does not understand that he's disfigured his playmate.
Well, you don't care for the word, but the word is unfortunately accurate.
My son has not disfigured your son.
Your son has disfigured my son. Come back at 5 and look at his mouth and teeth.
Temporarily disfigured.
The swelling on his lip will go down. And as for the teeth, take him to the best dentist. I'm prepared to chip in.
That's what the insurance is for. What we like is for the boys to make up so that this sort of thing never happens.
Let's arrange a meeting.
Yes, that's the answer.
Should we be there?
They don't need to be coached. Just let them do it man to man.
Man to man, Alan, don't be ridiculous. Having said that, we don't necessarily need to be there, and it might be better if we weren't, wouldn't it?
The question really isn't should we be there or not. The question is, do they want to talk to one another? Do they want to have a discussion?
Henry wants to.
Well, what about Benjamin?
You know, it's no use asking his opinion.
But it has to come from him.
You know, Benjamin's behaved like a hooligan. I'm not interested in what mood he's in.
If Benjamin is forced to meet Henry in some kind of punitive context, I can't see that anything positive will come from it.
Madam, our son is a savage. To expect any kind of spontaneous repentance out of him would be fanciful. Right. I really have to get going. I'm sorry, Annette, you'll let me know what you all have decided, won't you? I'm no use whichever way you cut it. Women, they always think you need a man, you need a father figure, like we'd be any use anyhow. Men are a dead weight. We're clumsy, we're maladjusted. Oh, you can see the F train from here. That's great.
You know, I'm so embarrassed, but I can't stay either. My husband's never been much of a stroller dad.
What a pity. It's lovely taking the baby for a walk, and it lasts such a short time. Well, you've always enjoyed playing with the children, didn't you, Michael? You loved pushing the stroller.
Yes, I did.
So, what have we decided?
Could you bring Henry by the house around 7:30?
7:30? What do you think, Michael?
Well, honestly,
Go on.
I think Benjamin ought to come here.
I agree.
I don't think it's right for the victim to go traipsing around.
That's right.
Well, personally, I can't be anywhere at 7:30.
Well, since you're of no use, we won't be needing you.
All the same, it would be good if his father were here.
All right, but then it can't be this evening, excuse me. Yeah. No, there's no mention of this in the executive report. No risk has been formally established. There's no evidence. Yeah.
Tomorrow?
I'm flying to The Hague tomorrow.
You're working in The Hague.
I have a case in the International Criminal Court.
The main thing is that the kids speak to one another, so why don't I bring Benjamin back here around 7:30 and we'll leave them to have their discussion. No, you don't look very convinced.
If Benjamin is not made aware of his responsibilities, then they'll just stare at each other like a pair of China dogs. It'll be a catastrophe.
What do you mean? What do you mean, made aware of his responsibilities?
I'm sure your son is not a savage.
Of course Benjamin isn't a savage.
Yes, he is.
Alan, this is absurd. Why would you say something like that?
He's a savage.
Well, how does he explain his behavior?
You know, he doesn't want to discuss it.
Oh, but he ought to discuss it.
No, he ought to do any number of things. He ought to come here. He ought to discuss it. He ought to feel sorry for it. You know, clearly you have parenting skills that put us to shame. We hope to improve. But in the meantime, if you could just bear with us.
Maybe this is idiotic. Let's not
I'm
end up
only
like
thinking of
this.
Benjamin. I'm only thinking of him.
Yes, I got the message.
Yeah, why don't we just sit down for another minute?
A little more coffee.
Coffee, fine.
Then I'll have some too. Thank you.
That's all right, Mommy. I'll do it.
I see you're a great art lover.
Art, photographs, to some extent, it's my job.
Oh, I adore bacon.
Bacon.
Cruelty, majesty.
Chaos. balance.
That's right.
Is Benjamin interested in art?
You know, not as much as he should be. What about your children?
We try to fill the gaps in the educational system. We try to make them read, to take them to lectures and concerts. We are eccentric enough to believe in the soothing powers of culture.
You're right, you're right.
So, coffee tea, is it a cake or a tart? Serious question. I was just thinking in the kitchen. Linzer tort, for example. Is that a tart? Come on, you can't leave that one little slice.
Coffee tea is a cake. The pastry's not rolled out. The fruit's baked right in with it.
Wow, you really are good.
Oh, I love it. The thing about cooking is you have to love it. In my opinion, it's only the classic tart, that is to say, on a pastry basis, that deserves to be called a tart.
What about you? Do you have other children?
A son from a previous marriage.
You know, I was thinking, not that it's at all important, what started the fight? Henry won't say one single word about it.
Henry refused to let Benjamin join his gang.
Henry has a gang.
He also called Benjamin a snitch.
Did you know that Henry had a gang?
No, that's terrific.
What's terrific about it?
Well, because I had my own gang.
Me too.
And what does that entail?
There are 4 or 5 kids that follow you and are willing to sacrifice themselves, like Spartacus.
Absolutely, like it's Spartacus.
Who knows about Spartacus these days?
No, we use a different model. Spider-Man.
Well, anyway, you obviously know more than we do. Benjamin hasn't been as silent as you've implied. Do we know why Henry called him a snitch? Oh, I'm sorry, that was a stupid question. In the first place, I couldn't care less, and it's beside the point.
Yeah, we can't get involved in our children's quarrels.
It's really none of our business.
No.
But what is our business is what unfortunately happened. The violence, that is our business.
To become the head of my gang, when I was 12, I had to fight Bobby Kopecki, who was bigger than me, one-on-one, single combat.
Michael, what's that got to do with it? What are you talking about?
No, you're right, it's got nothing to do with it.
The children weren't fighting. We're not talking about single combat.
I know, I suddenly had a flashback.
Well, there's not that big of a difference.
Oh, yes, there is. Excuse me, there's a very big difference.
There's a very big difference.
What?
With Bobby Kopecki, we'd agreed to have a fight.
Oh, did you beat the shit out of him?
Up to a point.
Oh, can we stop? Can we stop talking about Bobby Kopecki? Would you allow me to speak to Benjamin?
By all means.
I wouldn't want to do it without your permission.
Speak to him. What could be more natural?
Good luck.
Stop it, Alan. I don't understand you.
Mrs. Novak.
Oh, Veronica, we don't need to be so formal.
Veronica, clearly you are motivated by an educational impulse, which is very sympathetic.
If you don't want me to speak to him, I won't speak to him.
No, by all means, you speak to him. You read him the riot act, do what you like.
I don't understand why you don't seem to care about this.
Ma'am,
Veronica,
obviously I care, Veronica, enormously. My son has injured another child.
On purpose.
See, that's the kind of remark that gets my back up. Obviously on purpose.
But that makes all the difference.
The difference between what and what? I mean, that's why we're here, isn't it? Our son picked up a stick and hit your son. That's what we're talking about.
This is pointless.
she's right. This kind of argument is
Look,
pointless.
why do you feel the need to slide in on purpose? What kind of message is that supposed to be sending me?
You know, we're on a slippery slope here. My husband's desperate about all sorts of other things. I'll bring Benjamin back around 7:30 and we'll let things sort themselves out naturally.
I'm not in the least bit desperate.
Well, I am.
There's nothing to be desperate about.
Yes, there is.
Excuse me. Yeah. No, don't make any statement. No comment. No, of course you can't take it off the market. The minute you take it off the market, you're admitting responsibility. No, the
Last
minute
year,
you take Angela
on
off the
Parents'
market,
Day,
you become
Wasn't
liable.
it Benjamin who was in that play?
Oh, Charlie's aunt.
No, if you want to be sued for falsifying
He
the
was
exact report, then you take it off the market.
I remember him very clearly in that play. Do you
We'll think
mind?
about the victims later. Marie, let's see what
He was
happens.
hilarious when he was in drag.
Yes.
No, we are not going to take the medicine off the market just because 2 or 3 people are bumping into the furniture. No statements for the time being. Yes, I'll call you back. Sergey? Yeah, they've got the media up their ass. We have to prepare a press release. No, not defensive, not at all. On the contrary, we have to come out all guns blazing. We say that Brand's Farm is the victim of a destabilization attempt 2 weeks before the shareholders meeting. Where does this paper come from? Why does it have to fall out of the sky right now, et cetera, and so on? No, don't say anything about health problems. You just focus on one thing. Who is behind this report?
pharmaceutical companies.
Profit, profit, profit.
You aren't supposed to be listening to my conversations.
You're not obliged to have him in front of me.
Yes, I am. I'm absolutely obliged to have it in front of me. Not my choice, believe
Can
me.
they dump any old crap on you without giving it a second thought?
In the therapeutic field, every advance brings with it risk as well as benefit.
Yes, I understand that all the same. Funny job you have.
Michael, it's got nothing to do with us.
Funny job.
And what is it you do?
I have an ordinary job.
What is an ordinary job?
I told you I sell frying pans.
No, and doorknobs.
And toilet fittings.
Lots of other things.
Fittings. Now we're getting somewhere. That's really interesting.
Alan?
What? That's interesting. I'm interested in toilet fittings.
Well,
How many kinds are there?
2 different systems, gravity and pressure
I
assist,
see.
depending on the feed.
Yes.
Either the water comes down from above or up from below.
Sure.
I can introduce you to a stock manager who specializes in this kind of thing. If you like it, have to leg it out to Secaucus stuff.
Sounds like you're very on top of the
Are you
subject.
intending to punish Benjamin in any way? We can continue the plumbing conversation in a more appropriate setting.
I'm not feeling very well.
What's the matter?
Yes, you are very pale, sweetheart.
A little pale, certainly.
I feel nauseous.
Nauseous? Oh, we have some Pepto-Bismol.
It'll be fine.
Well, what can we, Coke. Coca-Cola's good.
I'll be all right.
You walk around a little, to take a few steps.
Think so?
Here you go. Sips. Small sips.
Thank you.
Yeah, give me Saturday, will you? Oh, right. Well, have him call me back. Have him call me back as soon as you can. Is that good? Coca-Cola? I thought that was just supposed to be for diarrhea.
And not just for that. All right.
All right. Veronica, if we want to reprimand our child, we'll do it our own way and without having to account to anybody.
Absolutely.
What do you mean, absolutely, Michael?
They can do whatever they want with their son. It's their prerogative.
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so, Ron?
I don't think it's their prerogative.
Really? Explain. No, excuse me. No, excellent. No. Don't forget. No, do not forget. Nothing has been proven. There is nothing definite at this point. No, you listen to me. If anything goes wrong, Murray's a dead man in 2 weeks and us with him.
Enough, Alan! Enough with the cell phone! We can pay attention to what's going on. You're shit!
Right. Call me back and read it to me. Thanks. Are you nuts? Yelling like that? Sergey heard everything.
Good! He drives me crazy. Cell phone. Endlessly.
You know what, Annette? I'm already doing you a huge favor by even being here in the first place.
Extraordinary
So
thing
maybe
to
you...
say.
I'm going to be sick.
No, you are not. You are not going to be sick.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to use the bathroom?
No one's forcing you to stay.
No one's forcing him to
And
stay.
I feel really dizzy.
Then stare at a fixed point. Stare at a fixed point.
Leave me alone.
She would be better off in the bathroom.
Yeah, go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom if you think you're going to
Some
throw up
Pepto-Bismol.
small. You don't think it could be the cloth of tea.
It was made yesterday.
Don't touch me.
Calm down.
Okay, please, let's not get upset about nothing.
According to my husband, everything to do with the house or the school or garden is my department.
No, it is
No,
not.
and I don't blame you. It's deathly. All of it is deathly.
Well, if it's so deathly, why have children in the first place?
Maybe Benjamin senses your lack of interest.
What lack of interest?
You just said.
Oh, jeez. Ah.
Go to the dish pan. Go to the dish pan.
Well, you should have gone to the bathroom, woof woof. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Looks like your suit ate most of
Well, it
it.
couldn't possibly be the cloth of tea. That was made
Not
yesterday.
coffee tea. This is nerves. This is pure nerves.
Would you like to clean up in the...
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Kikoshka. Oh, my God.
Give us some Pepto-Bismol.
Not now. She can't keep anything down.
Where is your bathroom?
Oh, I'll show you.
It's nerves. It's a panic attack. You're a mom and dad, whether you want to be or not. I understand why you feel desperate. What I always say is you can't control the things that control you. With me, it's the cervical vertebrae. The vertebrae sees out.
What are we going to do about the Kikoshka?
Well, I'd spray it with this to clean.
Problem is how to dry it. Or else we can sponge it down and put a bit of perfume on it.
Perfume?
Use my Kuros.
You know, I never wear it.
It'll warp.
Run the hairdryer over it, flatten it out under a pile of other books, or
Oh my
iron it like they do with money.
I'll buy you another one.
Well, you can't. It went out of print years ago. It's a reprint from a 1953 London Exhibition
I'm so
catalog.
That's all right, we'll salvage it. I'll do
More
it,
than
honey.
20 years
Go
old.
get the hairdryer and the cuirass in the linen closet.
Her husband's in the bathroom.
He's not naked, is he? Need a bit more of a wipe. That's the worst of it. I'll be back.
Feeling better?
Yes.
Can we spray now?
Where's the hairdryer?
He's bringing it when he's finished with it.
No, we'll just do it last thing. We'll put the cuirass on last thing.
Okay. Can I use the bathroom?
Yes, yes, of course.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
What a nightmare. Horrible.
Tell you what, you better not push me any further.
She's dreadful as
Not
well.
as bad.
She's a phony.
Less irritating.
They're both dreadful. And why do you keep siding with them?
Keep siding with them. What are you talking about?
Vacillating, trying to play both ends against the middle.
Oh my God.
Going on about your triumphs as a gang leader, telling them they can do whatever they want to with their child when their child is a public menace. When your child is a public menace, it's everybody's concern. I can't believe she puked all over my book.
Some of the people of the tundra
If you're gonna hurl, you go to the proper place.
and the Fujita.
This is disgusting.
I'm pushing it a little bit with the shithouse systems.
You were brilliant.
Good answer to such a thing.
Brilliant. The stock manager thing was brilliant.
What an asshole. What did he call her?
Woof woof.
That's right. Woof woof.
That's right, I call her Woof Woof.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You know, other people's nicknames, it's so easy to make fun. I mean, what do we call each other? Might be ridiculous, isn't it?
Did you want the hair dryer?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we call each other Darjeeling. Like the tea? It's more ridiculous if you ask me. Smooth mouth. Smooth mouth.
How's the poor thing feeling? Better?
Better.
The way I reacted, I'm ashamed of myself.
Not at all.
I'm just steamrolling her about my catalog. I can't believe I did that.
Okay, stretch it out. Stretch it out all the way.
You're going to tear it.
Oh, he's right, Michael. He's right, it's dry enough. Objects become ridiculously important half the time. You can't even remember why.
Here we are. Good as new. Where does Woof Woof come from?
How much for that doggy in the window?
I knew it! I knew the one. Woof woof. Ours comes from our honeymoon in India. It's idiotic, really.
Shouldn't I go check on the poor thing? Should I?
Go, off you go, Darcy.
Oh, Annette, I've been so worried about you. Feeling better?
I think so.
Well, if you're not sure, stand clear of the coffee table.
I left the towel in the bathtub. I wasn't sure where to leave it.
Perfect.
You cleaned it all up. I am so sorry.
Everything's great. Everything's in order.
Annette, please forgive me. I've hardly paid any attention to you. I've been obsessed with my Kakashka.
Don't worry about it.
The way I reacted, very bad of me.
Not at all. But something did occur to me in the bathroom.
Yes?
Okay, perhaps we skated too hastily over. What I mean to say is,
Say it, Annette, say it.
an insult is also a kind of an assault.
Of course it is.
Well, that depends, Michael.
Yes.
Benjamin's never shown any signs of violence. There had to be a reason to do what he did.
Yeah, he got called a snitch. Excuse me. Yeah. No, as long as there aren't any statements from victims. No, we don't want any victims. I don't want you being quoted alongside victims. A blanket denial. No, and if necessary, attack the newspaper. They'll fax you the draft of the press release, Murray. No, if someone were to call me a snitch, I'm liable to get a note.
Unless it's true.
What did you say?
I mean, suppose it's justified.
So you think my son's a snitch?
Of course not. I was joking.
No, yours is too. That's how it's going to be.
What do you mean ours is too?
He identified Benjamin.
Because we insisted.
Oh, Michael,
Whether you
insisted
insisted or not, what's the difference?
Annette?
He gave you the name Annette what? You think my son's a snitch?
I don't think anything.
If you don't think anything, don't say anything. Stop making insinuations.
Annette, let's try to be calm here. Michael and I are making an effort to be moderate and reasonable.
Not that moderate.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
Moderate on the surface.
Woof, woof, I really have to get back to the office.
Fine, go on, be a coward.
Annette, I'm risking my most important client here, so this whole responsible parent routine.
My son has lost 2 teeth, 2 incisors.
Yes, I think we got it.
One of them for good.
He'll get new ones. We'll give him new ones, better ones. It's not like he burst an eardrum.
Yeah, we're making a mistake. We don't take into account the origin of the problem.
There is no origin. There is just an 11-year-old child hitting someone with a stick.
Armed with a stick.
We withdrew that.
But you withdrew it because we objected.
We withdrew without any
A
protest.
word deliberately designed to rule out error or clumsiness, designed to rule out childhood.
I don't think I can take much more of this tone of voice.
You know, you and I, we've had trouble seeing eye to eye right from the start.
There is nothing more infuriating than to be attacked for something that you yourself consider a mistake. The word armed was unfortunate, so we withdrew it. Although if you look at the strict definition of the word, its use is far from inaccurate.
Benjamin was insulted and he reacted. If I'm attacked, I defend myself, especially if I find myself alone and confronted by a gang.
Puking seems to perk you up.
Do you have any
We all mean well, all 4 of us, I'm sure.
Why let these minor irritants, these pointless aggravations push us over the edge?
Oh, Michael, that's enough. Let's stop beating around the bush. If all we are is moderate on the surface, then let's just forget about it.
No, I refuse to allow myself to slide down that slope.
What's slow?
The shitty slope these 2 little bastards have perched us on. There, I've said it.
Well, I'm not sure Ronnie has quite the same
Veronica.
Sorry.
So now Henry's a little bastard, is he? Oh, right, that's it.
Right, well, I really do have to get going.
Me too.
Go on, go. I give up.
Hello? Oh, Mom. No. We're with friends. Tell me about it. Do whatever the doctor wants you to do. They're giving you Antro? Oh, wait a minute. Mom, no, wait. Antro's your crap, isn't it? My mother's taking it.
Thousands of people take it.
You stop taking that stuff right now. You hear what I'm saying, Mom? Immediately. Don't argue. I'll explain later. Tell Dr. Parolo I'm forbidding you to take it. Why glow in the dark? That's completely ridiculous. All right, Mom. We'll talk about this later. Okay. Lots of love, Mom. I'll call you back. She's rented glow-in-the-dark crutches so she doesn't get knocked down by a truck, as if someone in her condition would be strolling down the BQE in the middle of the night. They've given her Anadrol for her blood pressure.
Oh, well, if she takes it and stays normal, I'll have her called as a witness. Didn't I have a scarf around here somewhere? Oh, there.
I don't appreciate the cynicism. If my mother displays the most minor symptom, I'll be starting a class action.
Oh, that'll happen anyway.
Well, I hope so.
Moderate behavior gets you nowhere. Courtesy is a waste
Come on,
of time.
enough. Let's go. Enough
Me
preaching
too,
and
and
sermons
mine
for
too.
today.
Go on, go.
Me
Can I
too.
say one thing? Having met you two, it's pretty clear that what's his name, Benjamin? There are mitigating circumstances.
When you murdered that hamster,
Murdered?
yes,
I murdered the hamster.
Yes! You want us to feel guilty, and your virtue went straight out the window the minute you became a killer.
Absolutely. You did not murder the hamster.
Yes, I did! Worse! You left it in a hostile environment. Poor thing's probably been eaten by a dog or a rat by now.
it's true. That is true.
What do you mean that is true?
Of course it's true. What do you expect me to say, Michael? It's appalling what must have happened to that creature.
Well, I thought it would be happy to be liberated. I thought it was going to run off down the gutter jumping for joy.
Well, it didn't.
And you abandoned it.
I can't touch those things, for fuck's sake, Ronnie. You know very well I'm incapable of touching the whole species.
He has a phobia of rodents.
That's right. I'm frightened of rodents. I'm terrified of snakes. Anything close to the ground. I don't want them near me, so that's the end of it.
And you, why didn't you go looking for it?
Well, I didn't know what had happened. He didn't tell us, me and the children, that the hamster had escaped until the following morning. I went out immediately. Immediately, I walked all the way around the block. I even went down to the basement.
Veronica, I find it intolerable to be put on trial all of a sudden for this hamster saga you've seen fit to reveal. It's a personal matter, which is nobody else's business but ours, and which has nothing to do with the present situation. And I find it incomprehensible to be called a killer in my own home.
What's What's your home got to do with it?
My home, the doors of which I've opened, wide in a spirit of reconciliation to people who ought to be grateful to me for it.
Oh, it's wonderful the way you keep patting yourself on the back like that.
Don't you feel any guilt?
I feel no guilt whatsoever. I've always found that creature repulsive and ecstatic that it's gone.
Oh, Michael, that's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous? Have you gone crazy as well? Their son beats up Henry and I get shit on because of a hamster?
You behaved very badly with that hamster.
Fuck the hamster!
You can't say that when your daughter gets home this evening.
Bring her on. I'm not going to let myself be told how to behave by some 9-year-old snot-nose.
100% behind you there.
Pathetic.
You be careful. I've been extremely restrained up to now. I'm 2 inches away from crossing that line.
What about Henry?
What about Henry?
Isn't he upset?
If you remember, Henry has other problems.
He was less attached to Nibbles.
Stupid name as well.
Yeah. If you don't feel any guilt, why is our son supposed to feel any?
Let me tell you something. I'm up to here with these idiotic discussions. We tried to be nice. We bought roses. My wife passed me off as a liberal. But I cannot keep this bullshit up anymore. I'm not a member of polite society. What I am and always have been is a fucking Neanderthal.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
No! No, we are not all fucking Neanderthals.
Well, not you, obviously.
No, not me, thank God.
Not you, Dargie. Not you. You're a fully evolved woman. You're stain resistant.
Why are you attacking me?
I'm not attacking you. Quite the opposite.
You are. You know you
You
are.
organize this little shindig. I just let myself be recruited.
You let yourself be recruited?
Yes.
That's detestable.
Not at all. You stand up for civilization. That's completely to your credit.
You're right. I stand up for civilization, and you're lucky there are people who are willing to do that. You think it's a better idea to be a fucking Neanderthal?
All right, come on now.
Is it right to criticize someone for not being a fucking Neanderthal?
Criticizing who knows?
Yes, they are!
No, they're not.
What are we supposed to do? Not speak to one another, sue each other, slaughter each other with insurance claims?
Stop it, Ronnie.
Stop what?
Blowing it out of proportion.
I don't give a shit! You try to rise above the petty mindlessness and you wind up alone and humiliated.
Yes. Well, no.
We're all alone. Everywhere. Make one salute rum.
Murray, I'm in the middle of a meeting. I'll call you back.
I am with someone who's totally negative.
Who's negative?
I am.
This was a horrible idea. We should have never arranged this meeting.
I told you.
You told me?
Yes.
You told me we shouldn't have this meeting.
I didn't think it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
No, please. Anybody?
You told me you didn't think this was a good idea.
I think so.
I could manage.
Think so?
Didn't you have to go?
No, I could manage a small class. We've come this far.
Look me in the eyes and tell me that we are in complete agreement about this, Michael.
Okay, Veronica, calm down. This is clearly pointless.
What about the clafoutis? Who said, let's save the rest of the clafoutis for the Raleighs? Who said it?
That was nice.
What's that got to do with
What do you mean, what's that got to do with
You
it?
invite people. You invite people.
You're a liar. You're a liar. He's a liar.
You know, speaking personally, my wife had to drag me to this thing. When you're raised with a sort of, John Wayne-ish sense of virility, you don't want to solve problems like this with a lot of yapping.
I thought your role model was Spartacus.
Yeah, same family.
Analogous. Are there any lengths you won't go to humiliate yourself, Michael?
You know, obviously it was pointless dragging you here.
What did you think was going to happen? Woof woof? You know, you're right. It's a ludicrous nickname. Did you think you were going to get a glimpse of universal harmony? Oh, this rum, by the way, this is terrific.
It is. Visiting English Harbor. 10 years old, direct from Antigua.
The roses. Whose idea were the roses? I said, it's a shame the flowers are finished. I didn't say, run down to the Korean deli at the crack of dawn.
Veronica, just don't work yourself up into this state. It's crazy.
But the roses were his idea, entirely his idea. Hey, don't we get a drink?
Yeah. Veronica and I want one too. You know, it's pretty funny that a guy descended from John Wayne and Spartacus can't even pick up a mouse.
You shut up! Shut up!
You're right. It's laughable.
What about her?
I don't think she needs it.
Give me a drink, Michael.
No.
What's the
Michael?
matter with you, Michael?
There you are. Take a drink. Drink. Who cares?
Is alcohol bad for you?
It's wonderful.
Right, well, I don't know about the rest of
Listen,
you, but
Mr. Raleigh.
Alan.
Alan, We're not exactly soulmates, you and me, but you see, I live with someone who has finally come to the conclusion that life is second rate. It's really difficult living with someone who comforts himself with that thought, who doesn't want anything to change, who can't work up any enthusiasm for anything.
He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about any of that.
You have to believe in the possibility of improvement, don't you?
He's the last person. You should be telling him all this.
I will talk to whomever I goddamn well please.
The fuck is this now?
Yes, Mom. He's fine. I say he's fine. He's lost his teeth, but he's fine. Yes, he's in pain, but it'll pass, Mom. I'm busy. I'll call you back.
Is he really still in pain?
No.
Why worry your mother?
Oh, he can't help himself. He has to worry her.
Right, that's enough, Veronica. What is it with this psychodrama?
You know, Veronica, are we ever really concerned about anything but ourselves? I mean, sure. We'd all like to believe in the possibility of improvement, of which we could be the sole architects, and which would be in no way self-serving. But does such a thing even exist? I mean, okay. In life, some people drag their feet. That's their strategy. Others refuse to acknowledge the passage of time. They drive themselves demented. It makes no difference. People struggle until they're dead. Education, the miseries of the world. Okay. You're writing a book about Darfur. Fine. I can see you saying to yourself, okay, I will pick a massacre. What else does history consist of? And I will write a book about it. You do what you can to save yourself.
I'm not writing this book to save myself. You haven't read it, you can't know what it's about.
It doesn't make any difference.
Terrible stink of chloros.
Terrible.
You certainly laid it on.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault. I was the one spraying like a lunatic. Anyway, why does everything have to be so exhausting? Why can't we take things more lightly?
No, you think too much. Women think too much.
Oh, there's an original thought. Was that not too far, Luke?
Think too much? I don't know what that means. And I don't see the point of existence without some kind of moral conception of the world.
See what I have to live with?
Will you shut up? Shut up! I can't have that publicity. You disgust me.
Come on, have a sense of humor.
I do not have a sense of humor, and I have no intention of acquiring it.
What I always say is marriage, the most terrible ordeal God can inflict on you.
Oh, great.
Marriage and children.
You know, Michael, you don't have to share your views with us. In fact, I find it slightly indecent.
That's not going to worry him.
You mean you gotta agree?
The observations are beside the point. Alan, say something?
He's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to broadcast them.
No, yes, perhaps.
We don't give a damn about their marriage. We're here to settle something to do with our children. We don't give a damn about their marriage.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but what?
there's a connection.
There's a connection. Of course there's a connection.
Hey, there's a connection between Henry getting his teeth bashed in and our marriage.
Obviously.
We don't get it.
Children consume our lives and then destroy them. Children drag us towards disaster. It's unavoidable. When you see those laughing couples casting off into the sea of matrimony, you think to yourselves, they have no idea, poor things. They just have no idea. They're happy. Nobody tells you anything when you start out. I have an old school buddy who's about to have a child with his new girlfriend. And I said to him, a child at our age? Are you insane? The 10 or 12 good years we have left before cancer or a stroke, and you're going to screw yourself up with some brat.
You don't really believe that.
He does.
Of course I believe it. Worse, even.
Yes.
You're demeaning yourself, Michael.
Oh, is that right?
Stop crying, Veronica. It really encourages him.
Help yourself. Help yourself. It's exceptional, isn't it?
Exceptional.
Could I offer you a cigar?
No. No cigars.
Well, too bad.
You weren't honestly going to accept a cigar, Alan.
Annette, I will do what I like. If I want to accept a cigar, I will accept a cigar. If I'm not smoking, it's only because I don't want to further upset Veronica, who, it has to be said, has already completely lost it. Oh,
She's right. Stop sniveling. Oh. When women cry, men are immediately provoked to the worst excesses. Added to which, Michael's point of view is, I'm sorry to say, entirely sound. Excuse me. Yeah, Sergey, go ahead. But New York, the date and the time.
Yeah, it's
The
obscene.
exact time.
It's absolutely obscene.
No, whatever time you send it out.
Being nice. We're tonight. Cell phone basement, speaker on.
Hey, Annette, this is important.
Oh, it's important. Something going on anyplace else is always really important.
Procedure.
He's on it in the street, he's on it at dinner, he doesn't care where.
A maneuver scheduled for two, right. Put the word paper in quotes. No, you just have to quote me. No, this is simply a disgraceful
surrender.
attempt to
I
manipulate
give up.
share prices.
And I'm gonna be sick again.
Manipulate share
Where's
prices.
the dish bin?
I don't know.
Undermine consumer confidence.
Oh,
That's
there it is.
Allen
Help
Garlic, Head
yourself.
Counsel for Finance Department.
It's all right, we're fully equipped.
No, AP, Reuters, General Press, Medical Press, the whole 9 yards. Right.
So what's the puke again?
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm touched by your concern.
It's upsetting to me.
I'm sorry, I must have misunderstood.
Annette, don't you start now. Just because they're fighting, just because their marriage is fucked, doesn't mean we have to compete.
Who are you to say that our marriage is fucked? Who gave you that permission?
Yeah. No, they just read it to me. We're sending it to you. Manipulation, manipulating share prices. It's on its way. Right. Besides, it wasn't me who said it. It was Frank.
Michael,
Michael. Sorry.
I forbid you to stand in any kind of judgment over our relationship.
Don't stand in judgment over my son.
That's got nothing to do with it. Your son injured ours.
They're young. They're kids. That's what kids do. Kids have always given each other a good beating on the playground. It's a law of life.
No, it isn't.
Of course it is. No, everyone has to go through a sort of apprenticeship before violence gives way to what's right. Let me remind you, originally, Mike was right.
Maybe in prehistoric times, but not in today's society.
Today's society. Okay, explain today's society.
Oh, you are exhausting me. This conversation is exhausting.
No, you see, Veronica, I believe in the God of Carnage. And he has ruled uninterruptedly since the dawn of time. You're interested in Africa, aren't you? Are you feeling bad?
Don't worry about me.
I am worried.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Well, I just happen to have come back from the Congo. Over there, little boys are taught to kill when they're 8 years old. During their childhood, a young boy could kill hundreds of people with a machete, with a kalash, with a thump gun. So you'll understand that when my son picks up a bamboo rod and hits his playmate and knocks out a tooth, or even two, in Cobble Hill Park, I'm not so likely as you'd be overcome with horror and indignation.
You're wrong.
Thump gun?
Yeah, that's what they call a grenade launcher.
Are you all right?
Just violent.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with her?
Fine. Just violent. Nothing to worry about.
Don't lecture me about Africa. I know all about Africa's martyrdom. I've been steeped in it for months.
I don't doubt that. No, besides, the ICC, they've already conducted an inquiry on Darfur.
You think I don't know about that?
Don't get her started on that, for God's sake.
I'm starting to like you.
I don't like you!
She's a supporter of peace and stability in the world.
Will you shut the hell up? This is America. This isn't some hut in Kinshasa. This is America where we live by the ideals of Western civilization. What goes on in Cobble Hill Park reflects the values of Western civilization, of which, if it's all the same to you, I am proud to be a member.
Beating up on your husband, one of those principles, is
This is
it?
going to end badly for you, Michael.
You know, she threw herself on you in such a frenzy. If I were you, I'd be flattered.
I'll do it again in a minute.
You know he's making fun of you. You realize that.
I don't give a
I
shit.
am not making fun. On the contrary, no, morality decrees that we should control our impulses, but sometimes it's good not to control them. I mean, you don't want to be singing Ave Maria while you're fucking. Where can I find this rum?
That vintage, I doubt you can.
Thump gun.
Don't good.
That's right, thump gun.
Why don't you just say grenade launcher?
Because that's the correct term.
It's like you say kalash instead of kalashnikov.
Who's this you?
Okay, Annette, that's enough.
Yeah, the great warriors like my husband, you gotta give them some leeway. They have a lot of trouble working up an interest in local events.
I don't
True.
see why. I don't see why. We are all members of civilization. I don't see why we have to give up a struggle just because it's in our own backyard.
All right, dude, stop shoving these thoughts for the day down our throats.
I am going to kill him.
Yeah. Yes, all right. We'll take out regrettable, a crude attempt to. Well, otherwise he approves the rest. No, fine, very good. So what were we saying? Oh, thump gun.
We were saying that despite my husband's opinion, there is no one place in the world any more important when it comes to exercising vigilance.
Vigilance? What? Annette, what are you doing? It's ridiculous for you to be drinking the state you're in.
What state? On the contrary.
Well, vigilance, that's an interesting concept. Excuse me. Yeah. No, absolutely no
Right.
interviews before circulation
This is
of a press release.
excruciating.
No, absolutely not.
That's it. I insist you end this horrendous conversation at
The
once.
shareholders won't give a fuck. No, you listen to me. You remind him the shareholder is king. That's all. Annette, give me that. This is not funny. I need that phone right now.
Sell it!
Oh my fuck!
There's the hair dryer.
Are you insane? You ought to be locked up. This is incomprehensible. That was brand new. I had everything in there. That took me hours to set up.
Really, I'm surprised. This is completely irresponsible.
Oh, I had everything in there my whole life.
His whole life?
Hold on, I might get this.
It's fucked.
Take out the battery in the SIM card. Can you open it?
I don't know how I just got
Get
it.
us through this.
It's fucked. They think it's funny.
Here we are.
It's fucked and they think it's funny.
And you, Veronica, you at least get up the manners not to laugh at this.
My husband will have spent his entire afternoon blow drying.
Just leave it. Yeah, just leave it. There's nothing you can do.
Okay, well, wait a minute.
You want to use our phone? You know, I have to say,
Oh, what is it that you have to say, Michael?
I really can't think what to say.
Because if you ask me, everyone's feeling better. Everyone seems much calmer. Men are so wedded to their gadgets and it belittles them. It takes away all their authority. A man ought to keep his hands free. Even an attaché case is enough to put me off. There was this guy once, and he was really attractive, but he had this shoulder bag, and it was a man's shoulder bag, but it was still a shoulder bag. And there's nothing worse than a shoulder bag. There's also nothing worse than a cell phone. A man needs to seem like he's alone, like he's capable of being alone. I also have a John Wayne-ish idea of virility. What did he have? He had a Colt 45. Now that's a device capable of creating a vacuum. And a man who's like that, who doesn't seem like he's capable of being a loner, who doesn't have any texture. Are you happy, Michael? Like with this fractured, well, I forget what you called it, but are you happy? I mean, does everyone, I think, is feeling more or less all right? If you ask me.
I should probably warn you, rum drives you crazy,
I've never felt more normal.
right?
I'm starting to feel rather pleasantly serene.
Rather pleasantly serene.
No, and as for you, Darjeeling, I don't see what's to be gained by getting publicly smashed.
Oh, kiss my ass!
Here, take one, Alan. Relax.
No. No cigars in this house.
Cuban, Cohiba, Monte Cristo, number 3.
Don't smoke in the house with an asthmatic child.
Who's asthmatic?
Our son.
Didn't stop you buying a fucking hamster.
He's right. If you have an asthmatic in the house, keeping pets isn't recommended.
Completely unrecommended.
Even a goldfish can be risky.
Do I have to continue to listen to fatuous nonsense? All right. I'm sorry. Perhaps I'm the only one of us not feeling rather pleasantly serene. In fact, I've never been so unhappy. I think this is the unhappiest day of my life.
Drinking always makes you unhappy.
Oh, Michael, every word that comes out of your mouth is destroying me. I don't drink. I drink a mouthful of that shitty rum you're waving about as if showing the congregation the Shroud of Turin. I don't drink, and I bitterly regret it. It would be a relief to take a refuge in a little drop at every minor setback.
You know, I think my husband's unhappy too. He's all slumped. He looks like someone left him by the side of the road. I think it's the unhappiest day of his life as well.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, will you turn that hairdryer off? That thing is toast.
Yes, because it could kill you. Now, the medication is poison. Someone's going to explain it to you. Tell her.
Tell her what?
Everything you know about that crap you're peddling.
How are you, ma'am? Well, does it hurt? Well, I imagine surgery will take care of that. How about the other leg? No, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. She keeps calling me doctor.
Doctor, this is for testing him?
Well, you aren't. What I mean to ask is, you aren't having any trouble with your balance, are you? No, not at all, not at all. Don't you listen to any of that. All the same, maybe it would be best if you stopped taking it, just for the time being. Well, until you've had a chance to get comfortably through your operation. Well, yes, you sound like you're in very good shape, so
All right, Mom, is that clear? Stop taking the medication. Why do you always have to argue? Stop taking it. Do what you're told. I'll call you back. Lots of love. Love from us all.
One pain in the balls after another.
Right. So what have we decided? Am I bringing Benjamin back at 7:30? I know no one gives a rat's ass anymore, but since it's why we're here, I thought I'd bring it up.
I'm starting to feel nauseous. Where's the pan?
That's enough.
You know, the way I see it, there are wrongs on both sides. That's it, wrongs on both sides.
Are you serious?
I am, yes.
Do you hear what you're saying?
What?
My son Henry, I was obliged to give 2 extra strength Tylenol last night, is in the wrong?
He's not necessarily innocent.
Fuck off! Just about enough of you! Fuck off! My purse! Alan, help! Alan, help!
Now they've
She
lost
broke
their
my
shit.
lipstick. She broke my compact here. Defend me! Why don't you defend me?
we're going.
At least I'm not strangling her.
What did I ever do to you?
There are not wrongs on both sides. You cannot mix up the victims and the executioner.
Executioner.
You're so full of shit, Veronica. All this simplistic baloney, and we're up to here with it.
I stand by everything I've said.
Oh, yes, you stand by what you said. You stand by what you said. Your infatuation for a bunch of Sudanese goons is bleeding into everything now.
I am appalled. Why are you choosing to show yourself in this horrible light?
Because I feel like it. I feel like showing myself in a horrible light.
One day you're going to come to realize the extreme gravity in that part of the world, and you are going to be ashamed of this repulsive nihilism.
You're just wonderful, Darjeeling. You're the best of us all.
Yes, I am.
Alan, these people are monsters. We're leaving.
Well, stop it, Annette.
What? I want to drink. I want to get drunk. I want to get bombed. This bitch hurls my purse across the room and no one even bats an eye, so I want to get drunk.
You already are.
How can you sit there and let them call your son an executioner? You come here to settle things, and you get bullied and lectured on how to be a good citizen of the planet. You know what? Our son did well to clout yours, and I wiped my ass with your Bill of Rights.
Mouthful of rum, bam, real face appears.
Told you so.
What did you tell him?
The sheep's a funny. There, I said it. I'm sorry.
When did you tell him?
When you were in the bathroom.
Oh, you've known her for all of 10 minutes, but you could tell she's a phony.
I could tell about these sorts of things.
It's true.
I have an instinct for them.
And what does that even mean? What is a phony?
You know, Alan, why are you putting me through this? I really don't want to hear it.
Calm down.
She is someone who just wants to smooth out the rough edges. Period. She doesn't care any more than you do. She's all front.
It's true.
It's true.
Are you saying it's true?
They don't give a fuck. They haven't given a fuck from the start. It's obvious. Her too. You're right.
And you do, I suppose. No, let me say something, honey. Explain to me in what way you care, Michael. What does the word even mean? Anyway, no, you are much more authentic when you're showing yourself in a horrible life. Truth of the matter is, no one in this room cares. Well, except for Veronica, whose integrity, it has to be said, must be acknowledged.
Don't acknowledge me. Don't acknowledge me.
Yeah, I care. I absolutely care.
No, we only care about our own feelings. Woof woof. We aren't social crusaders. Why, I saw your friend Jane Fonda on TV just the other day. I was inches away from joining the KKK.
What do you mean, my friend? What's Jane Fonda got to do with any of this?
You're the same breed. You're the same category of woman. Committed. Problem solving. That's not what we like about women. What we like about women is wildness, sensuality, hormones. Women who make a big song and dance about their intuition. Women who are custodians of the world. You depress us. Why, even him, Michael, your poor husband, he's depressed.
Don't speak for me.
Who can give a flying fuck what you like about women? Where does this lecture come from? A man like you who can give a fuck for your opinion!
She's yelling. She's yelling like a stuck pig.
Well, what about her? Doesn't she yell when she said that little bastard had done well to clout our son?
Well, he did do well. At least our son's not a sniveling little faggot.
Well, he's a snitch! Who's that any better?
Alan, why are we even staying in this dump?
Is yours?
Thanks.
Not broken?
No.
Oh, what I always say is, leave it.
No.
Hello? Oh, hello, sweetheart. Good. Will you be able to do your homework at Annabelle's? No, we haven't found her yet, but you know, my love, Nibbles is very resourceful. I'm sure she knows exactly where she is. Do you think she was happy in a cage? Your daddy's very sad. He didn't mean to upset you. Of course you will speak to him again. Listen, darling, we are still very worried about your brother. Oh, sweetheart, she'll eat leaves and acorns and horse chestnuts. Oh, honey, she knows what she eats. She'll find something, snails or worms or things that fall out of trash cans. Honey, she's like us. She's omnivorous. All right, darling, we'll see you later.
Chances are that creature is probably stuffing his face as we speak.
No.
And what do we know?